Now, the United States pulled off a daring rescue of two aviators whose fighter jet was shot down by Iran. The high-risk mission involved more than 170 American aircraft and some 200 troops and assistance from the CIA. President Donald Trump and other U.S. officials described an almost cinematic mission that lasted 45 hours and 56 minutes. It saw rescuers face major obstacles, including two Black Hawk helicopters coming under fire and problems with two transport planes that forced the U.S. military to blow them up.
This is a rescue that's very historic. It'll go down in the books. Late Thursday night, an American F-15 fighter jet went down deep inside enemy territory in Iran while participating in Operation Epic Fury.
Now, Trump said the F-15 was shot down by a shoulder-fired heat-seeking missile, with the jet's two-person crew ejecting and landing in different locations inside Iranian territory on Friday morning local time. Well, more than 20 military aircraft were dispatched to recover the F-15 pilot flying over Iran and facing heavy enemy fire.
Within hours, our armed forces deployed 21 military aircraft into hostile airspace, many flying at very low altitude, being shot by bullets. You bring rifles into play when you're going that low, but there are also certain advantages. And in broad daylight over Iran for 7 hours, at times facing very, very heavy enemy fire. We have a helicopter that's got a lot of bullets in it.
Now, General Dan Kane, the top U.S. military officer, said these forces penetrated enemy territory in broad daylight to find, fix, and recover the soldier.
1 minute. One minute.
The pilot was picked up by a flight of rescue helicopter, but these aircraft were then engaged by every single person in Iran who had a small arms weapon. But one helicopter was hit and the crew sustained minor injuries. A-10 ground attack aircraft were part of the rescue effort, and one of them was hit by enemy fire. That pilot ejected over friendly territory.
The A-10 force and the rescue force did a fantastic job rescuing Dude 44 Alpha. He was recovered Friday afternoon. As I said, and the nation needs to know this was an incredibly brave and courageous mission, and a testament to the courage, skill, and tenacity of the joint force and our leaders, and especially a daylight option. Having the guts to try means so much to so many.
Well, finding the second crew member, the weapons systems officer, was a more complicated mission. The CIA claims it executed a deception campaign to confuse the Iranians.
This was also a race against the clock, as it was critical that we locate the downed aviator as quickly as possible, while at the same time keeping our enemies misdirected. For that reason, in addition to the human and technical assets deployed by the President to find our airman, CIA executed a deception campaign to confuse the Iranians who were desperately hunting for our airmen. On Saturday morning, we achieved our primary objective by finding and providing confirmation that one of America's best and bravest was alive and concealed in a mountain crevice, still invisible to the enemy, but not to the CIA.
According to Trump, the weapons systems officer was injured but managed to evade Iranian forces, traverse rough terrain, treat his own wounds, and contact American forces with his location. The president said more than 150 aircraft were dispatched as part of the second rescue effort.
The second rescue mission involved 155 aircraft, including 4 bombers, 64 fighters, 48 refueling tankers, 13 rescue aircraft, and more. We were bringing them all over, and a lot of it was subterfuge. We wanted to have them think he was in a different location because they had a vast military force out there. Thousands of people were looking.
Once the crew member was located, two large U.S. planes, reportedly C-130s, flew and carrying equipment, including 3 small helicopters that were quickly rebuilt on the ground. But the large aircraft became bogged down in sand and could not take off, requiring smaller planes to fly out the U.S. personnel in multiple trips. Aircraft, including the C-130s, were reportedly destroyed on the ground to keep them from falling into enemy hands. Iran, however, claims that its forces destroyed the American aircraft. A video released by Iranian police was set to show Iranian forces firing at a U.S. aircraft over the province. The footage also appeared to show members of the Iranian military standing near the wreckage of an aircraft, examining debris and equipment.